Alright, it looks like we're live. Hey, how goes it? Ken Bosak from the BitcoinPodcast.com, here to talk about Bitcoin and Bitcoin accessories. Trying this new thing out. This is all the experiments I've been doing put into one. This is the nightly crypto show, or the nightly crypto show with me, Ken Bosak. The format is going to be where I try to talk about something other than Bitcoin, and we cover that a little bit. It can be anything. I mean, there's a bajillion different altcoins, a bajillion different tokens, a bajillion different ICOs. There's literally just so much that we can talk about besides Bitcoin. So I'm going to open with something different. We can go through some of the information that I find on that different coin, and then we can go over the story I thought was, today's Bitcoin story of the day. And then I'm going to do a live chat with you guys, and then I'm going to see if it works out. I'm going to try to do a viewer call in at the end where I share a link and let you guys call in and just have the last minute or so with me live on the air. Alright, so today, to start off, I want to shout out everybody in the chat. James Bond, how you doing? Everybody go make sure you subscribe to James Bond. His show is awesome. High Tree, Merchant Studios, Biggs, Mark, Sterling, the 21 Million Club. Everybody make sure you subscribe to the 21 Million Club as well. We got Crypto. Thank you guys for stopping by. Everybody, thank you, thank you, thank you. The nightly crypto show. Yes, I will be going live every night at 10 p.m. Eastern. And the format's going to be a little bit like this. I'm going to try to tweak it, but I think I found my formula. I'm going to have you guys in the chat box up live. My lovely girlfriend is going to be moderating the comment section. So if you're rude, crude, or have an attitude, she's going to give you the boot, dude. And we're going to do a different coin, a different ICO. We're just going to talk about something different. And then we're going to cover the daily Bitcoin story, or the article, the one article in Bitcoin that I thought stood out to me. It's all personal. This is my show. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. And then at the end of the show, I'm just going to talk with you guys in the chat box, and then I'm going to share a link and let you guys call in live. And hopefully this all works out. Again, this is episode 1, so I really hope you enjoy this. Thank you so much, and let's get on with the show. So, thank you for joining me for the nightly crypto show with Ken Bosak, me. We're going to be talking about Antshares today, or tomorrow, known as NEO. They're rebranding themselves and renaming themselves. So right now, as you can see, they are up almost 20% on CoinMarketCap.com. Let's go over, but we see some of the information on the screen here. If you look up at the top left corner, you'll see the overall coin market cap is over $98 billion, and the volume in the past 24 hours is about $3 billion, and the Bitcoin dominance is 47.5%. Hey, boss lady, how's it going? Make sure you guys use emojis so I can see the questions stand out from the comments. Alright, Sam, thank you. Sam Crooks, give me a shout out. You got it, dude. Plus, you gave yourself a shout out because the chat box is live. So, even after this is live, everyone can see that. So, you can just shout yourself out now, guys. That's why the chat box is in the video. Awesome. Boss Lady gets around. Boss Lady's everywhere and anywhere that is worthwhile being. So if you want to know who to follow, follow Boss Lady, because she only follows the best. Alright, so if you go on down, you can click on the website, and that will bring you over to this, NEO. So Antshares is rebranding to NEO. We can go over here to this article I found on the CoinTelegraph.com by Lisa Forellings, titled, "Is Antshares poised to be China's Ethereum with over 30,000 views and over 400 shares?" So, I figured this is what I could do. I could find the article from Cointelegraph about the alternative coin, token, ICO, whatever. Go over the article, and we can go from there and talk about it. We can check up, see if we can find the white paper, stuff like that. So, let's go ahead and take a peek at the article. Antshares, the China-based open-source blockchain platform, is trying to position itself as the country's version of one of the known digital cryptocurrency platforms, Ethereum. As part of its rebranding, the platform will be renaming as Neo by the end of 2017. Rebranding to Neo. Antshares, also known as Neo now, has already gained a foothold in the country. Its own currency called ANS is already used in the majority of stock exchanges across China. Just like Ethereum, owners of ENS token can use them to pay for transaction gas. Meanwhile, the team behind the Antshares project is collaborating with Chinese certificate authorities in mapping a real-world asset utilizing Antshares smart contract technology called Smart Contracts 2.0. The project has also signed up several new startup companies as partners with plans to add other partners as the project progresses. Moreover, the Antshares team has patented a cross-chain interoperability, which is expected to benefit the project in the long term. That right there is a mouthful. Let's break it down a little bit. So basically what they're doing is they're Ethereum 2.0. They're a more centralized Ethereum. They're going to be used to make real-world assets digital assets, which is pretty damn cool. And they're going to be doing this just think about it. It's going to be insane. All right, give me 1 second. Oh yes, and I wanted to cover that too. Yeah, the patent. They have a patent on the cross-chain interoperability. When you say patent, it makes you cringe in crypto, but this necessarily isn't a bad thing, especially for people who are investing in Antshares, ANS, or soon to be known as Neo, which is a way more professional name. So, NES versus ETH. There are several differences between Ethereum and Antshares, particularly the technology by which they are built, and more specifically, their programming language, which is very important, guys. Very important. Antshares is compatible with all coding languages, while Ethereum only works with Solidity. Antshares' compatibility with all languages is expected to generate a bigger following of users. Not just users, but developers. Being that flexible and that fluid in language is not just going to bring in users, it's going to bring in developers, which is going to bring in use case, which is going to bring in the users. So I feel like they missed the generate a bigger following of developers, not users. Among the similarities of Ethereum and Antshares is their ability to combine gas or fees, smart contracts, and possibly even dApps. It is, however, still too early to tell whether Antshares can eventually successfully become the Ethereum of China and dominate the Chinese market. But hear me out on this. I think that competition is healthy. I don't want Ethereum to be the only blockchain smart contracts run on. That doesn't make sense. We want competition. We want decentralization. We don't want a monopoly in anything of anything. I like the fact that we have options and choices like this. The market cap right now is, well, at the time of this publishing, I think it's surpassed this probably. Market cap at 250 million. Antshares is a subsidiary of On-Chain, which is among the well-respected brands in China. God, that is important. They are already part of something that is well known and recognized as a what do you want to call that? A status symbol brand. Like, they're a big brand over there in China. The project has already obtained millions of dollars in funding, with this capitalization already totaling more than 250 million. With this amount of money, Antshares is already has the capability to advance its technology for years to come. It is, however, interesting to see if this will successfully make it China's Ethereum. But I think having that much money to fund themselves for so much, I mean, they could literally stop today and Antshares would have enough money already in the bank to keep going and keep development and research and everything going. So they don't need to really create any new income. They got enough, and they keep getting some, so that's exciting. So anyway, I took this information and I went over here to the website. I did check out the website a little bit. The rebranding and them being Chinese based did make it quite difficult. There are some grammatical errors. I tried to figure that out, but I did find the white paper translated into English. The original is in Chinese, so this is it broken down, and if there's anything that should be found incorrect, it will be changed. This version is subject to change, but you could always go to the Chinese version, which will prevail in any circumstance of miscommunication or mistranslation. But yeah, you can check out exactly what Antshares is, what it has to do. We already know it's sort of like Ethereum. It's going to be China's version, and we all know how China likes to do their own thing. China's not about conforming to the American way. America comes up with a good idea, and because of the patent laws and everything, China just goes ahead and takes it, makes it their own, and that's where it becomes their version of whatever we're doing over here. And that's going to most likely happen in this scenario where they don't want to use Ethereum. They want to use something more in-house, and Antshares looks like that's what it is. I did want to point out this article over here on Medium, guys. There's an article on Medium. I will link this in the description box below later. I don't believe I linked this yet, but it will be on there soon. This article has a photo of Vitalik, the creator and founder of Ethereum, sitting down and hanging out with Da Hongfei. Sorry if I said your name wrong, sir. The creator of Antshares. So those two guys sitting side by side, and I remember hearing about this about a month ago or so, or maybe even longer, but I do remember hearing about this, and I wish it got my attention on Antshares sooner, but I do know that Antshares is on my radar now. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to the comments and see what you guys think, and we can talk about this a little bit. My light. My charger. Alright, James Bond. Kenn, users will be taxed for using this network. It's a losing deal for all users. Only devs will make money and milk you dry. Okay, thank you, James Bond. I appreciate the input. It said earlier, Kenn, A&T will become a third-party counterparty risk. Stay away from this. Thank you for the information, James Bond. I appreciate it. I'm not really here to give my opinion on it, more so just to report what I found on it, just to talk about it. So thank you for contributing to the conversation. I am interested in Antshares. I'm interested in the rebranding of Neo. I'm only in this to make more Bitcoin. I don't know so much about it to think long term about Neo, but as soon as I read the article this morning, Antshares was about $7. I grabbed some. It's over $8. It went over $9. I think as the rebranding occurs and as it gets added to more exchanges, the possibility for trading Antshares based off of this stuff, that's where I'm interested. But I just thought this was an interesting article this morning, and I wanted to talk a little bit about how I think competition is healthy. Anything that brings competition to Ethereum is healthy, not bad. And I want to look into it because it may have a purpose. Maybe not for me, the user, but for developers. Like you said, James Bond, developers may be here to make money. And if they go over to Antshares and maybe they find something where users feel that the cost is worthwhile, and it relieves some of the pressure and some of that bloating on Ethereum's blockchain by being a smart contract 2.0 provider, I say all for it. Let's do it. But yes, I think Antshares is interesting. Let's refresh it, see where we're at.
You said there was somewhat centralization with Antshares. Is it centralized?
I believe it is centralized, yes. Somewhat centralized. I don't know exactly how so, but I do remember reading somewhere when I was going through all the information that, like, it is, because it is Chinese subsidiary of On-Chain, and the CEO is a Chinese citizen, in some aspect you could consider it centralized, because if the government decided to flex, he would abide. So in that way, I would say it's a centralized, only because he'd have to abide by the laws, and if they said shut down or something. And I believe Antshares, I read also, has a huge holding of the coin for 1 year or so. It's in lockup. I do want to get more into this. This is just all I could gather for the day, and I thought it would be an interesting attempt at the nightly crypto show where we go over something that isn't Bitcoin and we kind of talk about it. We discuss it. Maybe I'll do a poll on Twitter and we can vote on what will be the next topic for tomorrow. So if you'd like to vote on tomorrow's topic, I'll put a list of a couple coins up and we can vote, and that'll be tomorrow's topic, and we'll do that every day. We'll just vote on the next topic before we get into the Bitcoin story of the day. Alright, so shout out to James Bond 21 Million Club. Thanks EBL Cosplay for being the moderator. Alright, we have Movement over here. Thank you for stopping by. I speak Tangerine. Mandarin. Mandarin Tangerine. I like it. That's funny. Mandarin Chinese. Yeah, that was funny. Oh, man, that's great. So, good question, Sam Crooks. So, Roy, guys that use Genesis for mining, 17 days. We're not here to talk about that. Not right now. Maybe we'll talk about that one day. Maybe that'll be an opening conversation. But right now, I just wanted to talk about Antshares and the fact that if China wants to get into smart contracts, it's possible that this is the route they're going to want to go. That's all I'm thinking. You know, so far from what I've found, so far from what I've read, if China wants to get into what Ethereum is getting into, they're going to get into it via Antshares. So I'm just being the early investor, the early risk taker, and I'm going to probably grab some. I grabbed some earlier, and just hold it. Consider it money spent, money wasted most likely, because if I bought Bitcoin, it's probably going to be more profitable to buy Bitcoin right now. But I like to have random altcoins. For some reason, I feel like Pokemon. I got to collect them all. So it's really hard for me to invest just in Bitcoin, even though I know Bitcoin will probably be the best, if not Litecoin, the best profitability-wise percentage. But I like to be involved in other coins. So that's just, you know, what I'm getting into a little bit. Trying to diversify the portfolio, especially during this Bitcoin doom and gloom scenario. Yeah, I don't like their wallet, Roy. Hey, Roy and James Bond, anybody, have you guys checked out Antshares' wallet? It's so weird. I think they want you to download the entire blockchain on your phone. That's really crazy, man. Like, I saw a comment in the reviews for the Antshares wallet, and it was like, so if this blockchain gets to like 10 gigs or 100 gigs, am I expected to hold a 100 gig, blockchain on my phone just so I can access the Antshares wallet? And how long is it going to take to update the wallet? So that's going to be a thing. I hope Antshares makes a better wallet for real. I really do not like holding any altcoins or any cryptocurrencies that aren't on, say, Jax, maybe even Exodus or like Ledger Blue or anything that has multiple cryptocurrencies. So the fact that I don't really like Antshares' individual wallet kind of makes me not want to put too much into it. I probably wouldn't put more than $100 into this. I really don't want to. I'm probably not gonna. But yeah, I like the idea of the cryptocurrency, but I don't trust the longevity of it so far. I don't think it's been around long enough. I don't think it has the right support for users to get involved via wallets. You can't really buy it outright. You have to get on Bittrex, I believe. The exchange, Bittrex and Kraken, Poloniex, they don't even have Antshares on there, or Neo. So that's another thing I took into consideration when I invested a little bit into Neo, was that it's not on Poloniex or Kraken yet, and they are rebranding and renaming. So when they do hit those exchanges with a new name, they're going to have a track record. They're going to have a pretty good value track record when they hit the exchange, and nobody's going to recognize the name. Investors are probably going to start FOMOing. They're going to start throwing money at it, and I'm going to just cash out on their, lack of actually looking into things and only being chart readers. Because I tell you what, if you're just reading charts, news like this is going to sneak up and bite you in the ass. So I don't think trading crypto and only reading charts is the best. I like reading the news and trading on the information, not on the random ass charts. And they got rid of the troll box, so good luck on Poloniex. That's gone. James Bond, I'm with you, bro. If I make millions of dollars, we're going to get yachts and we're going to crash them into each other for no reason. And, like, we're just going to keep doing it all the time because we're just going to be, like, that rich. You have to be Chinese to use Neo Antshare wallet. Yeah, I guess so.
Sam has another one. Will there be miners for Antshare?
Will there be miners for Antshare? Well, let's take a look at that white paper, I guess. We can see if we can find that information there, Sam. Here, I'll put this link in here. And you guys can go ahead and look for that. I got to get moving on to the next topic. So, again, Antshares is in 14th place. It's up about 17.91%. Right now, it's only on a couple exchanges, and that makes me a little hesitant again to put any more money into than I'm already willing to risk losing overnight. I'm just not going to put that much into this, but I do like to have some skin in the game. That's it. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. All right, so for the Bitcoin topic of the day, I wanted to talk about want to go to college with Bitcoin, because I do. I would love to go to college. Not because I think it's like it's valuable, but I really think that when you have that piece of paper, it does open doors for you that give you the opportunity to have the conversations that once you have, people get to know you and you get more opportunities. So I would love to go to college, and maybe Bitcoin will help me get there. But check this out. Maybe I can go to college for Bitcoin, on Bitcoin, from Bitcoin. So we have a story here by John Buck from CoinTelegraph, which has over 8,400 views and over 200 shares. Oh, Blockchain TV's in the house. Thank you so much for the for stopping by, Blockchain TV. Shout out to Blockchain TV. Everybody go follow, subscribe. Make sure that you are keeping track of Blockchain TV. Maybe one day I'll be on their network. You never know. They're going to be big one day. They're already huge, but they're going to be bigger. Keep an eye on Blockchain TV. Mad Crypto. YouTube is better than college. Absolutely agree. I think I have a YouTube diploma and a Google degree. I have an internet doctorate. Thank you guys for stopping by. I appreciate that. That is awesome. I learned more from YouTube than I ever did in college. Sterling, I'm sorry you wasted the money. I hope that you're making more than you lost, because college, I feel, is a bad investment. Anyway, on to this story. Bitcoin, college. Want to go to college with Bitcoin. All right, so this word is awkward, but what the heck is that? What word is that? The something popularity of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies has led to a widespread awareness of the power of blockchain for doing business, management security, and protecting assets. As the popularity of blockchain has grown, the call for experts in the field has become greater than ever. Even the UN is on board, seeking to utilize blockchain for international aid. Yo guys, the UN, United Nations, if you're into crypto, now is your time to start shining. This is what it's all been leading up to. All the pressure has led to colleges looking to add blockchain technology as part of their curriculum. The forerunner is the University of Nisonia, The first to accept Bitcoin payments and where students can take a full blockchain graduate degree. Guys, I need to do this. I have got to go to this and get myself that blockchain graduate degree. Now, other colleges and universities are getting onto the bandwagon, both in offering courses and allowing students to pay for tuition in Bitcoin. That is perfect for me. I can go to college to learn about Bitcoin, to pay for, it in Bitcoin that I earned the value of by investing in Bitcoin. It's probably going to cost me like, I don't even know, nothing. Just nothing compared to what, that is amazing. The latest to join the fray is the European School of Management and Technology, ESMT, where they have begun to offer the Digital Currencies Workshop. To allow students to pay tuition via Bitcoin, the school's CFO, George, says, and there's a quote here by the CFO of the school. The driving force behind our decision was the necessity, the problems experienced by students from faraway countries. It's simply hard to send money from there over here for various reasons. But in high fees, technical problems, or simple capital control when governments, don't want them, students, to send capital out of their country. So if you're a Chinese student attending their courses, their curriculum, their government may be restricting them from attending these schools' curriculums by making it illegal to transfer the funds. So the governments can suppress education by suppressing the ability to pay for the education that you want. So Bitcoin makes it all possible. As the popularity and acceptance of cryptocurrencies increases, more and more experts will be needed and schools must meet the demand. So you guys can definitely take into comfort knowing that being an enthusiast may eventually get you into an actual career in this. So I say stay at it, work hard, keep reading into cryptocurrencies, spend your time doing this, so when that time comes, you can actually do what you love and enjoy doing, which is crypto related. I love cryptocurrencies. I love technology and I love money. And if I could make a living out of doing what I love, those things, I'm not going to stop, guys. This is what keeps me coming back. I really hope that you enjoyed this. If you enjoy this style of content, if you enjoyed this layout, if you want me to do this nightly, every night at 10 p.m. Eastern, please go ahead and hit the thumbs up button. Don't forget, if you dislike this for any reason, go ahead and hit the thumbs down button. But let me know in the comment section below how I can turn that thumbs down around in my next video. Don't forget to click subscribe. Flick the alert bell right next to subscribe. That way you get a notification every time I go live or upload a video. Alright guys, so this is the time where I want to attempt to go live and invite you, the audience, into the show. So let me go ahead and holler at everybody in here. We got Mad Crypto. Thank you so much. Sterling, I appreciate it. Merch Studios, the 21 Million Club. Thank you guys. Boss Lady, I appreciate everybody so much. Alright, so let me see if I can get this up and running. Okay, now feel free to call in. And we're going to try to go ahead and get this going. Now, when you call in, you're not going to be on the YouTube feed yet. I'm going to switch over. So as soon as somebody calls in, I'll switch over. We'll see if it works or not. Otherwise, if something were to cut off for any reason, thank you guys so much for coming out. I'm going to do this every night, 30 minutes from 10 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. Eastern, the nightly crypto show with Kenn Bosak. And we're going to be doing, content that isn't Bitcoin, and then we'll go over a daily story about something new in Bitcoin, and then I'm going to see about getting you guys involved, or maybe even possibly having an interview lined up, so once I'm done with the show I can go right into an interview that's live. So thank you guys so much. Go ahead and click the link in the comment section. You should be able to call right on in, and you should be able to hang out on Google Hangouts. Can you give it a try, babe? See if it works for you? the 21 Million Club, Boss Lady, James Bond. Somebody go ahead and click that link and join the call. Alright, it looks like it did not work out tonight, but I will be trying it another night. Alright guys, again, thank you so much for coming out. I really hope you enjoyed this style of content. Don't forget, thumbs up, click subscribe, flick the alert bell, and every night, 10 p.m. Eastern to 10:30, and then at the end, we're going to try to get you involved, so be ready for the link, and you can click on it, it'll bring you to Google Hangouts, and you'll be here live with me. So, thank you again, and have a day.